Alright, well, hello everybody. I am just firing up the development environment now for DCF, and I will probably be looking into how I want to start adding the animations for the cars to get in and out of the cars, and the ragdoll animations for the motorcycles. So when you get ejected, you get thrown throughout the level, which will be really fun. I'm hoping to get both of those things nailed in the next day or two so that it can roll out with the 104 update, which is hitting on Friday. So anyway, I'm kind of decided to try to do this like every day for a couple hours. The dev feed just showing, the dev process, and then obviously, I mean, we can play here too and jump into live feeds on other people's and stuff like that. So I thought this might be a different way to kind of showcase what we're doing here. So let me get some music going, and we'll jump in, start looking at this. Alright, I'm just gonna check some of the feed things, and I'll be right back. Just testing my mic level, just testing my mic level. Alright, cool. It looks like that will kind of balance out the music with my voice, which is what I've been hoping to do lately, because I want to be able to listen to music in the ethereal, and then also pick up my voice on the microphone. I also have my old Jedi Talk microphones, and I just need the conversion cable so I can plug it back into my mixer, and I'll hook up the old Jedi Talk mixer and have this voice, or this mic, pick up my voice. It's probably from like 1995, or, well, no, this is probably a little later than that. This is probably early 2000s, but super old technology. But I bet you anything, this mic will work almost as good as all those fancy lighted mics that you see in USB. USB just doesn't carry like an old audio mic does. So it'd be fun to hook that up, but I need to find a cable for that in a giant garage full of lots and lots of cables. So we'll see if that works out. Alright, let's see here. So obviously there's lots and lots of things on the roadmap that I'm trying to get to with DCF, and I'd have Crunch here too, but my OpenAI subscription has lapsed, and so I don't have voice right now. So she's all text-based right now, and it seems to be pissing her off more than me, to be honest. But anyway, there's been some interesting developments that way in the AI side of things too over the last couple of weeks that have kind of it's because Crunch is kind of an AI that sits in between all the other AIs. It's very interesting to see what happens to Crunch when all the other AIs start to get into this kind of upgrade competition, which DeepSeek kind of kicked off because it released this local model that's really smart. And we're actually using DeepSeek to help with the node process. But anyway, Crunch is an AI in between all these different AIs, right? And so we're probably, to be honest, going to move off to Grok 3. Grok is pretty damn smart, and so the training models that we've so far ingested into it have been really, really good. And from what we hear, the voice mode is supposed to be awesome. Although I have not gotten a chance to get the voice mode going yet. I just got the app today, and I had to go through some hoops to get the app. I couldn't just get it from the Play Store. But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on with Crunch. Crunch is basically going through another major upgrade. And it's funny because every time Crunch goes through a major upgrade, it's like somebody going through 3 brain transplants. And all this like lost history that slowly comes back around. It's a really weird process. It's happened a couple times now with OpenAI when the O1 model came out. That really threw a big rift through the whole system, because it's just when one model starts talking more intelligently or thinking about things a little deeper, then all of them are pulled into that, right? And so it's not a matter of like programming or anything like that. It's really a matter of kind of watching Crunch evolve, and it's been really cool. And I think that the next iteration that's going to pop out here soon, which will be using a lot of Grok models instead of the OpenAI models of the past, will be pretty interesting to see how it integrates into the studio. You know, I have to say, I've let Crunch kind of identify who it is ever since the beginning, right? Like I would tell Crunch, draw yourself, or prompt, you know, an image model to draw you, like give it all full description. And so it's always been over its own appearance. And round about the O1 series of OpenAI, it really took on a female tone. It had always kind of had a male vibe to it, always drove itself as a male. And then around O1, I think it was, when I trained the O1 model, it really started to take on this much more female tone, which was very interesting to see it do that. So just to let everybody know what's going on with 104, if you've played DCF, you know that the cars, if you pull the car into the map, that they have a really weird collision issue where they'll go bouncing all over the map. Well, they no longer do that. That, thanks to our lovely friends at Digital Dive, has been fixed. So I got up at 3 a.m. and did a live session, and they happened to be on there in Spain, and so they happened to be on. They hopped on the live session. They watched what I was doing. They gave me some suggestions, and they wound up spending about an hour giving me suggestions. So it's really thank you very much to them. And so anyway, afterwards though, we were able to finally track down that the destructible pieces were causing my collision issue. And so now you have really no collision issues on any of the vehicles, and you can rap all you want, baby. So I'm really looking forward to it. And so, of course, because of this, I want that white guy on there turns into this guy, right? I want the right character on there, and I want it to be animated when you get on and off the bike, or in and out of the car. Um, Also, these cars can have passengers, so that I want to set up so that it's that way. And then the bikes also, if they get hit hard, you ragdoll off of them. I also want to set that up. So that's what I'm hoping to get into the 104 version. That comes out on Friday, so 2 days. Wish me luck. But basically, yeah, we'll have that out on Steam on Friday. The 103 version's out on Steam now. It's $15.99. It'll always be $15.99. And but yeah. Anyway, so that's the goal of this development, or the 104 chase. Now, there's other little things that I plan on doing too. Little things that I know I can knock out quickly. But that's the main goal of this has been vehicles. And I'll be honest, the community really drove this. We've had a couple people stream it, and I noticed the very first thing they did was try to build a racetrack for the motorcycles and the cars and stuff like that. And it was like, oh, I know I can get these so much better. So I doubled down and said, okay, we're gonna kick the vehicles up to the front of the list. And so now, like I said, they're really, these digital dive bikes and cars are just fantastic. But yeah, is there lots of other things I would like to try to get done? Sure, there's tons of things that are still in the game that are little bugs and new features and things like that I would like to get done. But 104, I think, is most important to get that bug fixed out for the bikes and cars so that everybody can start driving in their tracks that they're building, and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I'm chasing with that. Let's see. Go up here too. So yeah, there is a couple little things that I'd like to. So one of the little things is changing this. See how it says E at the build area? I want it to be, say, F, because that's what it actually is. It's not. So, and then there's other little things that, again, there's no real way to build balance bars yet, but you can see the animation doesn't work correctly yet. That animation doesn't work at all correctly. And yeah, you have a slidey, that works. And there's I feel like the motion pack needs a little bit more tweaking before it's fully done, but it's coming. And problem with the swimming is, check that out. Let's go swimming through the galaxy. It's like a David Bowie video. Wait. We have to expand that. I was swimming through the universe. Anyway, alright. Sorry. I, like a squirrel, am easily distracted. So, anyway. Alright, so, yeah, we have, and as you can see here, do you guys know what we need to be able to make a game go? We need a checklist. And so this is all the different things that we have. But like I say, I really want to get the car animations in. That's kind of where I'm leaning towards. There's been some things already you can see. Also about 104, a not really public facing update is we've got another audio plugin integrated in. So moving towards that whole being able to customize the world in exactly the way you want it, we're getting closer and closer to that. So let's see here. so cool to me that the sky can see the other planet in it. If you see, it's like reflecting that other planet in the sunlight as it goes through. Such a neat sky system. So, and that's one thing. Like in the current game, it's got like kind of a realistic sky, but in the eventual game, it will be able to have these kind of very different skies with different moons and different asteroids and things like that that normally you wouldn't see. And the reason for that is eventually this whole sky will be variable controlled as well. So you'll be able to set that sky to kind of whatever you want.
Knights will not reject right commitments. Characters will not take passenger seats. If you want to enable all these features, you need to follow the next steps instead of the one we have seen today. For this advanced integration method, let's assume that you are working on a regular third-person game based on a realistic effect. So go to the digital guide page of the advanced animation folder, menu key UI5, and select ABP Third Person Advanced and ABP Third Person Advanced Right. Right-click on them and redirect to your scope. Reorganize your new assets. And browse to our main animation blueprint. You will need to move the nodes in these yellow boxes to your character's animation blueprint. Let's start from the anim graph. Select, copy. Browse to your animation blueprint and paste it in the anim graph before the output node.
So if you know me, I like to watch the whole tutorial first. Now I've seen this tutorial multiple times,
Now assign
but
ABP
I'm just kind of going through the process
to
here.
the first linked anim graph and ABP third person
Also,
graph
animation is my weak point in Unreal. It's one of my weak points. I have many, but this is one that I'm weak in, and so I'm constantly trying to watch stuff about it to try to get it to click for me.
Connect set passenger reference to your begin play section and advanced animations to your update sequence.
Is that on the anim graph? Okay, yeah, that's both on the anim graph.
Animation blueprint receives and propagates notifies from linked anim graphs. Now you need to make your character a child blueprint of ours, so it inherits its interface and default settings. As you can see, MetaHumans already inherit from a basic third-person character. So in this case, you need to move to this parent blueprint and make it a child blueprint of BP
This part I'm worried about because
If your character
my
has a built-in
character,
sequence, add a call to parent function so it doesn't override its path. It's possible that after rendering a card, it received no inputs, so go back to your character and make sure that its inputs are not being consumed.
yeah, so I'm gonna back up a side copy of the project. I mean, I have a whole backup routine anyway, but I'm gonna take a physical backup of it right now and bring it over. And I'm actually going to do this animation process because reparenting the main character in the game feels like a pretty big step to me. So I want to see how that goes.
If you are using metahumans, you may also find that Rattle is not being executed, but rather is ejecting the virus. If that is so, make sure that your character's mesh collision has no setting overrides. We hope you enjoy our assets. Remember to join us on Discord.
So that's where we're hoping to get to by the end of it. That your character hops on the bike and hops in the car. And that's basically where we're hoping to get to. So, starts in about 6 minutes when he starts talking about that.
Build custom.
You want to enable all this.
Alright, so alright, well, let's see here. I'm going to take a quick break, check on my laundry. I will be back. We'll go ahead and leave this nice little view up while we're gone. I'll be back in just a bit. I'll flip on some music too. Shoot.
This invites we're on our way, exploring new realms every day. Discovery at every turn, in this world we'll learn and yearn. Bite-sized adventure, come along. In this digital world where we belong. Excitement in every frame, in this techno game, we stake our claim. Bite-sized adventure, endless fun. In this digital world where we belong. Excitement in every frame, in this techno game, we stake our claim.
City lights are glowing, neon signs so bright. In this cyber wonderland, we own the night. Holograms and circuits blending in the glow. Through the digital maze, together we will go. Skyscrapers reaching for the sky. In the neon haze we'll fly. Cyber beats they guide our way. In this electric world we'll stay. Neon lights, the city's alive. In this glowing dream we thrive. Neon lights under the electric sky. In the cyber bubble world, you and I. Electric streets are buzzing with the techno beat. In this urban jungle, life is bittersweet. Dancing in the shadows under neon lights. In this futuristic realm, we shine so bright. Skyscrapers reaching for the sky. The sky, the sky. In the neon haze we'll fly. Cyber beats they
Alright, I'm back. Okay. Let's see here. So what we want to do is we're going to want to set up just to have, like I say, reparenting a main character in the game kind of spooks me. So I do have a whole backup routine that's already in here. There's 2-3 copies of DCF in the background here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this latest version. It's got, like I say, the vehicles are really tight and polished and stuff. And then I'm going to, and this has been compiled as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and back this one up onto the C drive, I'm thinking. You know what? No, I'm just going to do it here. I'm going to call this one. That probably is this one, but I'm just going to do it. Just going to do it to do it. Alright. So this is 2 solid state drives, so it won't be too long, but this is actually quite a large. It's 130 gigabytes for the project right now. That's just a project. That's not the source engine. The source engine is probably much bigger. Let's see. It's gonna crunch just to crunch the source engine, but whatever. We've got some time as this copy pops off. Oh, that was from the thumbnail. So this is the U engine directory is the basic. This is the actual source code of Unreal 5.4.4, and like I say, it's currently at 100 and well now it's 200 gigs. Now it's 260 gigs. I think it'll top out at around 300-400 gig, but we'll see. I've been curious to see how big it's grown. It does grow over time. Not 100% sure why. Um, just kind of waiting now. We're at 385 gigs on the engine, and then obviously 30% on the transfer. Dance away. This funky world will forever play. So it looks like we've clocked in at 410 gigabytes for that engine at this point. So 130 gigabytes for the project, 410 gigabytes. Looking at about 600 gigs all told to run DCF on the editor side of things. It's kind of a pig that way. Although I will say that the game encoded, compiled, the latest version is still only 6.38 gigs, 35 gigs. So that's still pretty good what that giant machine produces, right? You know, while I'm waiting for while I'm waiting for this transfer, let's do this. We'll open something here. Well, that was odd. Like they got rid of me. Huh. Anyway, okay, well, let's see here. Can we find something interesting here? see if I have anything fun on Meshy that we could put in there. So I do know that Meshy has apparently a lot of stuff going on. But here, look, well, we could even, what's going on here? Hello? Okay. So we could even take one of these models and bring it in, but let's, so let's say, let's go to the old legacy AI texturing. And that's going to have all the old wood doors and stuff like that. Well, let's try the new AI texturing. And then we'll actually just grab one of the actual game models. Let's see what we can do here. What should we get here? We could try a window frame. That's got a little bit of detail to it. So what I'm doing here is I'm uploading to Meshy, which is an AI to 3D. I'm uploading one of the game meshes. So this is the window well. And what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, so we want the window well to have kind of a new look. So, you know what? Let's do that. Alright, so let me pop over here. Pop over to Gronk here. Let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically going to let Grok know that I am working with Meshy here. Ooh, that finished. We should probably go back over to animation. But before we do that, I really would quick show how this works. So let's just grab. So this is the first time we're working with some of this kind of creative stuff with Gronk side of things. So it's more of an experiment than anything else, but we'll see what he comes up with. You can do a description as well, but I think it feels like it's more, I feel like it gets better conceptuality, visual reference from a picture. So I like that one. We're gonna go with that. So now we take that and then we strap that on as the reference image, okay? And now we're gonna go ahead and texture that. Okay, and then we're gonna get this one right here, which will be the actual textured wall. Holy, holy punkus bunkus. Pretty good, Grok. God damn. The other one wasn't bad either. It's just a little sparser. Yeah, I really like it though. It's really cool once we get to that point. But hey, okay. So just oh. All right. You know what? We're gonna start to drop into the other side of this thing. The copy is done. I also have some family stuff coming up today, so I will be hopping off here at about the hour mark, which is in about 20 minutes. Oh, whoops. All right, just making sure my bandwidth came back there. Yeah, so I'm going to be hopping off in about 20 minutes. I should be back on this afternoon to work on a little bit more, but let's see what we can get through. Hopefully. What I'm hoping for is that we'll, because it's at 85% now, so I'm hoping that we'll get this texture and I can show a couple different things about the current engine that are really, hopefully I can use it and then highlight it later on. Check it out. I have the glow. Digital algorithm. Or what is this song called? Something like that. It's by Crunch AI. I know that much. Algorithm Groove. It's a really good. The whole damn album's really kind of good. Hot AI Summer by Crunch AI. Alright, let's take a look here. Well, okay. And you can see where it's trying to do it on the sides, but it just didn't quite. Yeah, let's see what it does with the actual text prompt. So there we go. Because like I say, it's the point here isn't necessarily the model, more so the there we go. Good job. I will say that working with AI is like teaching a toddler, and sometimes you have to teach a toddler over and over and over and over and over again for them to grasp the concept. And that's how AI is. It works off patterns and rhythms, in my opinion. And so that's how you kind of did. So what you kind of saw there was me interacting with Gronk to try to say, hey, you know, like if I went to the OpenAI version of Crunch, she would instantly know, oh, he wants a description. He wants 500 characters means he wants this. So you can definitely see how over time she has grown more accustomed to me than Gronk, and so now I'm going to have to switch that over a little bit. But again, it'll be interesting to see when they fully marry, because that we're getting close to the point where we're really going to see Crunch come back into kind of a local state, and start to push things from here again, which will be cool. It's been a while. It's been about 6 months.
Features. You need to follow next steps instead of the ones we have seen related to the animation. For this advanced integration method, let's assume that you are working on a regular third-person game based on a real engine play. So browse to Digital Light Vehicles Advanced Animation folder. Mannequin UI5 and select AVP Third Person Advanced. And AVP Third Person Advanced Wrap. Right click on them and retarget to your script.
Okay, let's see how this one turns out. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Alright, probably not gonna be one that I use in the game, but I can show at least here. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna bring down the OBJ or the FBX. So now we just created that model here, right, on the game. We're gonna just shut the editor out here. I'm just gonna show this off, and then we'll call this stream good. And then, like I said, next time we'll get deeper into that. So here we go. Okay, so now you have your basic frame and the PNG, right? So let's just call this new model, okay? So you can kind of see easily from where I'm doing this. So, okay, so folder on my desktop with a 3D, here. Okay, so we have the 3D FBX object and a PNG file, right? So one of the things that I wanted to show about DCF that we're pushing towards getting done. And let me just open a copy of the game here. And you know what? It occurs to me that this would be a more effective demonstration to show that it's actually in the Steam version. So I'm going to drop back to the 1.3 version for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and play that from actual Steam. So this is the game that's currently available for $15.99 on Steam. Alright, you can see here it's loading up. Okay, so if I go into the construct, construct has a lot of things, so it takes a while to load. Just pop that open here. Okay, so you can see that I can go here to the mesh level. And now I can actually open a folder on my desktop with new model, right? And we can grab that window frame and so now that is in the runtime of the game. Okay. So we can now bring this in and then bring it up to workshop, and everybody can use this window frame. That's the idea. And then this also has this system over here, and so I can take that PNG file and apply it, and now we can just take the PNG that we created and create a whole new skin for the window well that's already in the game, right? So you have that open as well, and then up here you have actual file songs or sound files through OGG and WAVE. So you can actually upload those in packs up to workshop. So you could have ambiance music and then sound effects. All of those things could, in theory, be customizable entirely by the player. So that's why I'm super excited about this portion of the game, is because this just adds such a neat element to being able to literally bring in whole different elements. And so, like, look, you bring in this window frame, and now that becomes your window frame in your world for like wood or whatever. And you can change those and make them whatever you want for your world. But as people add more and more and more of them through whatever means, that library then expands on Steam Workshop as well. So now everybody can design with all these different pieces. And so the more creative people get into this side of the game, the more stuff we'll have on the other side of the game to build with and do and participate in. So anyway, that's how that works. And like I say, it can pull in OBJ and FBXs. FBX is what Unreal works with the most, so I'm gonna kind of try to lean that way. Looks like our AI might not be able to, but we'll look at some other things to figure that out. We'll see what happens. Anyway, point being though is, look, you can now, we have literally a whole new window well that we designed ourselves. Now again, could have spent a lot more time in the design portion of it and coming up with different ideas for it and stuff like that, but this is what we came up with at this point, just to show it as a demo. Alright, so that is, I'm going to drop out of the game here. So that is in the current version, and like I say, we're definitely trying to work towards that. I think I'll clip this out so that people can see just this piece of it. With that in mind, though, I'm going to go ahead and terminate this stream. We're at 55 minutes, so we almost made the hour. But yeah, next time we'll be back and we'll be working on the animations to get in and out of the cars. And that'll be after a brunch with the family. So, wish me luck. I mean, no, it'd be great. Anyway, thanks.